expand our minds, and make us all think. Well, it's Tuesday, it's another day, and we've got some really important things to talk about this morning. And you're here because you're meant to, because this is what you've been waiting for. This is where you're at in your journey, even. Because there's no other reason why we watch this. So, first of all, just take a moment to breathe. And hold that breath. And let go. Let those shoulders relax. And take another breath. And hold. And let it go. Take another breath. And put your hand on your heart. And hold. And let go. And just say, body, mind, soul, being of the fallen mindset, the matrix, the shadow matrix, deactivate, turn off. Divine, the original blueprint of our original designs. Creator mode, fully activate, fully on. Take a breath and hold. And let go. Just let everything slow down for a second. Because what we're about to step into, it's not just some information I'm giving you. You know, this is transformation. And this morning, we're going to talk about something most people actually avoid their entire lives. Darkness. We're afraid of it. The dark night of the soul, you know. Not just darkness in the world. I mean, the darkness within ourselves. And more importantly, why why knowing your own darkness is the most important and powerful protection you will ever have against the darkness of others. And we're afraid of facing our own darkness. But let me tell you, it's worth it. You know, Carl Jung even said something that changed psychology forever. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. What he means is simple. I mean, if you don't face what's within you, it will control you from behind the scenes. And you won't even realize it. Let's take this even deeper. I mean, even Gnostics taught something thousands of years ago, and they said within every human being there is a divine spark, a fragment of pure infinite consciousness. It's what Yeshua was teaching. But it is buried, covered by illusion, identity, conditioning, fear. And they believed the purpose of life was not to become something new, but to remember what you already are. Hey, Jimmy, to recognize who you are and always have been. Our original blueprint of our original designs. So here's the question. If there is something divine in you, why do we suffer? Why do you suffer? Why do you feel pain, fear, anxiety, rejection? Hello. Why does the darkness feel so real? From a psychological perspective, what you call darkness is often what Jung called the shadow, the parts of yourself you rejected, the emotions you suppressed, the pain you didn't process. Thank you. And here's the real truth. And most of us don't even want to hear it. See, what we don't face within ourselves, you will meet in other people over and over again. I want you to understand this more than anything. The moment you see something in someone else, okay, that's you. Because you cannot, period, see anything in any other person without you being, whether it's something you've seen, whether it's something you're hiding, but without you being that yourself, or having it within you yourself, or walking through it yourself. See, when I hear people gossiping or pulling things or doing this kind of stuff, all they are doing is shining a highlight of who they are. They're projecting what they are onto the person that they're putting in as a target to help themselves feel better about who they are. See, the emotions you suppress, the pain you didn't process. And there's the truth most people don't want to hear is that what you don't face within yourself, you will meet in other people over and over again. And that person who triggers you, that situation, like I had to go the other day. All of a sudden, someone said something that I shouldn't even give a rip about. I know who I am. And I let it irk me. But you know what? Want to know what it did for me? It brought me to a beautiful place. Brought me to a place of going to look deep into the shadow. Because that person who triggered you in that situation that feels unbearable and that pain that keeps repeating, it's not random. It's called reflection. Not identical, but resonate. It means you got something going on within you to even see that. And this is why Jung said also, nothing can hurt you more than what you have not yet faced in your own life. Trust me, I know more than anyone about that. I've been on a journey for the last 5 years of just going in depths of facing shadows. Because I recognized when you face it, something changes. You stop reacting the same way. You stop identifying with every emotional wave. Because you begin to realize something profound. There is a part of you that is watching all of it. The fear, the pain, the thoughts, the stories. And that part is actually unbelievably untouched. It's actually the blueprint of your original design. It's who you really are. The divine spark. It's when you wipe away all the shit, you see it. Neuroscience actually confirms this even. When you observe your thoughts instead of becoming them, different parts of your brain activate. The emotional center calm down. The observer's awareness strengthens. And you literally begin to rewire your relationship to suffering. So this isn't just spiritual language. This is biological transformation. But let's be real. Most people don't discover this comfort. They discover it in collapse, in loss. In the moment where life strips everything away. I've gone through that. Well, I came out of hospice and I finally spoke truth of my experience, everything rose up against me. I lost every single friend. And those that remained, and then those that wouldn't even speak, they just stopped speaking. It's where you saw love not in action. And in those moments where life was stripped, everything was away. It's where the identity you built starts to fall apart. And you got nothing there. And where you feel like you're losing yourself. But there's a reason this is called the dark night of the soul. Because it feels like death. And sometimes it is death that takes you there, and some of us return. See, moments where the shadow feels permanent, where even breathing feels like resistance, and yet this is where the deepest transformation happens for me. This wasn't theory. This was years of walking through the darkness, years of questioning everything, breaking down internally, feeling like everything I thought was disappearing. And in that space, though, I found something. It's like the rose, you know, it's got these thorns, and then all of a sudden at the top is this beautiful bloom of flower. And in that space, I found something. Not something new, something that had always been there. The self. The mirrored image. And this wasn't theory. It was years of questioning everything. Breaking down internally. See, I found the self. Not the identity, not the roles, not the story, but the awareness behind it all. Philosophers have pointed to this for centuries. In Eastern traditions, it's pure awareness. And the kingdom is within. Heaven is not some place that you go to. It's a place of consciousness, of understanding. In psychology, it's the observer self. In Gnosis, it's the divine spark. In spiritualism, it's Yeshua within. Different languages, same realizations. You are not your suffering. You are the awareness in which suffering appears and disappears. Let that land for just a second. If you can observe the pain, it cannot be you. If it comes and goes, it cannot be what you are. So what are you? You are the constant, the witness, the unchanging presence. Nature shows us the truth everywhere. A caterpillar enters the cocoon, and from the outside, it looks like it's dying. But inside, it's dissolving and reorganizing and becoming something entirely new, a higher expression of itself. Your suffering works the same way. It feels like destruction. but it's transformation. Every moment of pain is carving space within you for something stronger, something clear, something indestructible. And when you begin to realize this, something shifts in how you live. You stop trying to defend yourself constantly because you realize what you truly are cannot be harmed. Not by opinions, not by rejections, not by gossip. Those things can affect your ego, but they cannot touch your essence. And when you live from that place, you become like the eye of the storm. Everything moves around you, but you remain centered. You feel everything, but you're not consumed by anything. You can experience anger without becoming rage. You can experience pain without becoming suffering. And you can experience love fully, freely, without fear of controlling it. And then something even deeper happens. You begin to see others differently. You see beyond their masks. You see their wounds, their unconscious patterns, their hidden pain. And instead of reacting, you understand, not in any weak way, in a free way. Because now, their darkness doesn't control you. You're right. But you know what it does for us that observe? It allows us to see their inner pain and what's really going on with them. Because we know that they cannot speak of what they're speaking without it actually being them. Mirrored reflectors. So you are no longer psychologically manipulated. Because you no longer believe you are something fragile. And you know yourself as awareness, as presence, as something unbreakable. And this is the awakening. Not becoming something new, but remembering what you've always been, the divine spark, the unchanging consciousness, the truth behind the illusions. So the next time you face darkness without yourself or in the world, don't run from it. Turn towards it. Because within it is the doorway to whom you really are. And once you know that place, nothing can shake you ever again. Ever. What do I think about? Here's what I think. Do you want to know at the end of the day? Here's the thing. The whole point is to understand the monad. The center of consciousness, understanding the divine of what we are. So none of the theories or ideas of anything that is out there, the traps or anything, mean anything, because at the same time, you are the prisoner and the prison guard. Nothing can hold consciousness. Nothing can hold creation. And everything that creates any form of fear is nothing more than an illusion on top of another illusion to cause one to be distracted from going within the one thing. What's the one key to getting out of this hell? We are in a fallen mindset. But yet, what if I can walk in the midst of a fallen mindset and have it? Oh, you're going to piss the system off. You can get punched in behind the head just for saying you're not responsible for someone's feelings. You're going to get talked about because you said, hey, wake up. I'm just saying. Does it really matter? Hope that helps. Peace and love. We'll see you guys tomorrow.